Hey guys, it's Emily. I'm here sat on my floor. I don't really look like a photography student right now because I'm literally sat on my floor with the worst possible lighting ever, and I look like I've been dragged through a hedge. It's tipping it down with rain in Falmouth at the moment. It's like sunny then raining and sunny then raining, and I've been outside, so therefore kind of look a bit crazy. I'm actually doing a video that was requested by someone on one of my latest vlogs. Would you do a video on the portfolio that you submitted when you applied to Falmouth? My actual portfolio is at home. It's under my bed. It was A2 size, so absolutely huge. We came down to Falmouth by plane, so it had to fit in a big suitcase, like sideways. It was very large. I've basically found on my hard drive, I've got a whole folder entitled portfolio, and I'm gonna just run through what photos I use, and I'm gonna put them on the screen when I talk about them, so you can kind of get a little bit of a insight. So the first photo I have is a photo of my friend Kira. This was taken on my art foundation. I think it was a campaign shoot. From what I remember, it had to be fashion photography, come up with trends and like kind of trend forecast for that season. It was like November time in Covent Garden, and we were walking like across the bridges, and we got all of these photos of her basically just like stood in the middle of the road. These were all shot on an 85mm lens. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just filming a YouTube video. You've just told me.
I'm cleaning our bathroom. Do you have any kitchen roll?
There you go.
What a thing to vlog.
And that is Chelsea, my flatmate, everyone. So the second photo is actually taken near Ravensbourne, which is at the O2 Arena, and there's this building. I don't know if it still looks the same because I haven't been up there in a very long time, but there's this building which had like a pink, like, it was glass, and we made Kira go stand behind it, and I like shot through it. And the third one is also taken at the O2. This was lit using the massive screen there is at the O2 outside. There's like this massive screen. Second two images are two photos of my friend Nat. Those of you who watch my videos, Nat always comes with us to Reading, so that's Nat, and I've known Nat for years. But this photo is originally a colour image. It's a slow shutter speed photo, and I submitted it for my A-levels, but brought it back into this portfolio but put it in black and white. I do still really like it actually. I just think I like the textures and I like the tone. The next one is very similar, but she's basically like moving her arms around. It's a bit fine arty, like really now I look at it and I'm a bit like, it's a bit naff. It's very fine arty, but you know, it suited the time and when I took it. The next ones are my favourite shots in this entire portfolio, I would say, and these are taken in Canon, which is a Italian town which is abandoned. They had an earthquake in 2009, the L'Aquila earthquakes, and my family are from there, so me and my dad went exploring one family holiday. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I don't have any real good quality photos from this trip. I have a very few amount which are all in this portfolio. These two are actually, if you watch my vlogs, you'll know these are on my bathroom wall at home. I love these photos. They're some of my faves ever. This is taken of like a scroll that we found in this abandoned town. I must say that these photos are great because in all of my interviews when people are like, what's your favourite piece of work? These have so much to talk about because there's history, and I would say if you're applying to a degree, like, you need stuff in your portfolio that you like and you're willing and happy to talk so much about. It's like a little medicine cabinet thing that was literally on the windowsill, like the ledge in this old toilet. I've talked about these photos before, but yeah, I really want to go back and actually see what it's like now, but I don't have time. I'm too busy. This is taken in my old grandma's house. Again, more abandonment. Can you sense a theme? My grandma's old house. Great-grandma? I think it's my great-grandma's house. I always said in my interviews this was my favourite shot because like Italian lives and Italian families all centre and always have centred around the kitchen and cooking and cleaning and always being a family unit surrounded by the stove and sat like in this kitchen and cooking meals for each other. And the fact that this stove is left abandoned, nothing there, just with like rubble, random items in this room, really shows that like how abandonment can hit a town. The next one is taken in Torquay. It's actually a very weird angle. It's weirdly tilted. I don't like it. Oh, that really sets my eyes off. Looking back, these photos are kind of fillers to make up the amount, but it shows I can also take landscape. Now these photos are shot on film because I wanted to make sure that I incorporated film, because I can shoot on 35mm film and I really wanted to make sure that there was something in there. This was one of my projects at Ravensbourne. Now these ones I do really like. These are 4 black and white square photos taken of an abandoned burnt out car that I found on the common with my brother. It was really random. We just went, my brother and I wanted to go on a walk. We did. We found this abandoned car. We shot it a few times, went back twice I think, and yeah, got some really nice images of it. Because there are 4 of these, the art uni that I applied to, I don't remember which one it was, it might have been Falmouth, specifically wanted like 22 sheets of paper or 24. So for those ones, like, I removed the sheets, and some unis I would like switch out papers, so there's quite a lot of photos, but depending if the course was more like editorial or fine art, I would switch out to put like more fashion or like more portraiture or less landscapes, and I'd kind of like move the photos in and out of my portfolio case depending on who I was kind of submitting the work for. My portfolio case is one of those ones you like click and you can literally pick it up and move it out. And the final ones I took are, these are so old now. 4 years ago now, maybe 3, maybe, I think it's 4. But they were taken on a UAL fashion photography course that I did. It was a really good course actually, I really enjoyed it. This model is actually quite famous. I was literally just coming to terms with like fashion photography, and it's good to have in there. I mean, I don't really think much of them now. To me, they're just kind of photos and they don't really say anything, but they are still good. I would always say big prints or a print box. People really like to see your prints printed out, like on a backlit screen. Although it looks nice, it's so much easier to be able to tell how good a photographer someone is as to whether they can like print well and get their borders right. And since coming to Falmouth, I've realised that even more. Like, the good prints look so much nicer than just the naff ones. It's so much nicer to have proper nice printed work. So I'd really recommend, if you are applying and doing your portfolio at the moment, to actually print your work nicely and make sure that it's good quality prints, not just like a crappy folder. You want a proper like portfolio box or portfolio wallet, not just a ring binder, because the nicer they look, although it shouldn't matter, it does, because it's all about the presentation. I'll try and link the one that I have down below. When I applied for Falmouth as well, I took 2 of my art foundation sketchbooks as well as my photography A-level sketchbook, just to kind of have a bit of everything. So that is that. I will at some point try and do a video with some people on my course, because I get a lot of questions about the course so far, and I will, if I can, try and do a video with some of them to talk about like how we like the course. I love doing press and ed rather than BA photography. Press and ed, the full title is press and editorial photography. It's basically much more business focused. You do a whole module on business and websites, on magazine layout, on the history, but it's much more focused on how photography is going to help you. It's a very good course. Leave me any comments that you may have down below and I will try and answer as many as I can, and I will see you guys soon. Goodbye.